Hello everyone. So I am going to be making a bodysuit or a onesie, whatever you call it, for my brother and his wife. They're expecting their first child. And I wanted to make something different. So I didn't know what color to use on the mane, so I'm using a gray because it can be, you know, boy or girl. We know what it is, but they're having a girl. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to use white, you know, around the bands, around the arm bands, the leg bands, the neck. But I wanted to do something different. So I saw someone post on one of my groups on Facebook, a Canadian and USA onesie. They had like the sleeves or something as the two different kinds of patterns. And then I don't know what was on the front. I think it was just a general fabric. But I thought that was really cool because she's Canadian and my brother's from the US. So I just wanted to do it. I was so excited about it. So that's what I'm going to do. So this is what I already have my pattern cut. So this is double brush poly. This is the sleeves. So obviously you want to find the right side, which this is my right side. Yes, it's cut a little bit sloppy here, but it'll work. So I'm going to be using Inkscape, and I'm just going to find a pattern I like. I already found one on Creative Fabrica. This is just a regular piece of paper, but I'm just going to print it 8.5 by 11 because I want to be able to put this on. As you see, this almost fits the entire paper anyways. Like it's almost edge to edge. So I can definitely print an 11 by 17 with my printer, but this will do just fine, but it's going to be right there on the edges. So you're not going to, unless you're making a small one that maybe can fit, you're not, or maybe short sleeves, you're not going to be able to fit more than one on each page. So that will be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and get my image printed. So I found some backgrounds or patterns on Creative Fabrica for a Canadian flag. And then I found one of the US with stars that I really liked. So I'm going to go ahead and get those printed real quick. And yeah, hopefully this sublimates really well. And I always want to say subliminate. I don't know why, instead of sublimate. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I apologize. So yes, let me go ahead and get these printed. I'll show you the designs. Okay, so this is the paper that I use. And then I use the Hippo, I believe, for my ink. All right, I think it's printed, so let's check it out. All right, so this is the image I chose that I found on Creative Fabrica. All right, the flags are kind of big, but I couldn't find one with the smaller flags that I liked, so this is gonna be the one I use. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that this is right side up. Obviously, you're gonna want to go ahead and get the lint off. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a lint roller here. Now I am going to go ahead and just pre-press this just to get some of these wrinkles out so we have a better sleeve because this is going on. So I'm going to pre-press it real quick and then we're going to go ahead and get this taped and ready to sublimate. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about the center. I mean, I can certainly, you know, you can certainly find the center here, find out where it is, open it, but I'm not too worried. It's going to be on a sleeve. It's going to be moving. If I want, I can line it up on my grid here, on this mat, find out where it is, and try to line it up that way. But I'm merely just going to take this, place this on top. I might have to tape it from the other side. Obviously, we're going to press it this way, though. We're not going to press it with this facing up. But in order to place it correctly, it might be a better idea to do it that way. You can kind of, if you hold it up to the light, you can kind of see where it's going to be so you can see if you're happy with it. And you do have a little extra here, you know, off the ends. So if you wanted to test it on some scrap before you actually did it on your full sleeve or whatever you're sublimating on, you can do that. You have plenty of room to cut some of this off. But then you can hold it up, kind of see if you like it. Okay, I think that looks good. Make sure you have the correct side. Sometimes with double brush poly, it's hard for me to figure out sometimes until I hold it up, but I think I did it on the right side. Okay. So I am happy with the way that this is going to turn out. Or at least with the image. I like what the image is. Obviously, you don't know what it's going to turn out yet. So I'm just going to use tape, and I'm going to tape it on this side because if I don't tape it, it's going to move. So I have to tape it. This is the heat resistant tape. This is the Cricut brand. I also have like the thinner one, but I like how thick it is. I'm just gonna try to not move it so it can stay in one spot. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this all taped up, and I wanna make sure it does not move, and then we can go ahead and get it on to pressing. Okay, so I'm all taped down. Try to make sure there's no like, you know, it's not bunching up on one spot. You want this as flat as possible. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna flip it, obviously this side down. And we're gonna put it on the press and see how it turns out. Does anyone else ever get nervous when they're taking this off? Like, uh-oh, did it go well or did it not go well? We will find out. And this is why I put butcher paper down on my mat. Because I made that mistake before and it ruined my mat because I accidentally had all this overhang, and yeah. But for me, I feel like it's worth just to put some paper down because I don't want to cut this exactly and it doesn't like line up or anything. I just want to have this whole image and then, you know, let it go. So, oh, I'm a little nervous. Did it turn out or did it not? Oh, let's see. Okay, and I don't want to pull this either. And the reason I don't is just because I'm sewing this on, and if I'm sitting there like yanking it, the stuff, I feel like double brush has a decent recovery when sewing, but if you're like fully stretching it and stuff, you're gonna ruin the fabric. So I'm just trying to be gentle because I don't want to have all this excess snagging in my fabric. Or not snagging, but I just don't want it to be like looser or stretched out. I mean, it looks pretty good. All right, almost done. Let's get this off. Oh, that turned out great. Oh, beautiful. That is great. I'm very happy with that. That looks awesome. I just gotta get all this tape off gently, but perfect. So my reason for wanting to experiment with making my own fabric, or like, not really your own fabric, but well, I guess a sleeve, you know, is because I don't usually use the Canadian flag. I just don't need that pattern. And I gotta peel this off gently or I'm gonna ruin this on the corners. All right, we'll peel this off gently before I ruin this. So I was looking at Canadian fabric, obviously, in stores or online, and it's a lot of money. They want to charge, I mean, it could be $10, $15 a yard. I know I only need like a quarter of a yard. I just need something small, but it was just so expensive in my opinion. And all I wanted was the sleeves. I wasn't going to do this whole extravagant, you know, I wasn't going to make a whole dress or something out of the Canadian flag or the USA or the American flag or anything. So I just thought it was best just to go ahead and do my own little piece of fabric for each side, and that works. So I'm excited. So that's going to be the sleeve like that. All right, now we have one more to do. We got to do the American, well, I'm not doing the American flag. I'm doing the stars and stuff, but American for USA. So let's go ahead and get that one printed and ready to go. Now I'm going to repeat the process the same exact way. I'm going to go ahead and lint roll this, get it pre-pressed. Just take out some of those wrinkles. And then this is the design I chose for the American part. So it did cut off a little bit here when I put it on. I must not lined it up perfectly. But again, it does not matter because we're not using the whole edge. So we're just using part of it. Just going to go like this. Same way we did. So I'm going to go ahead and get this ready to go, taped up, and hopefully it comes out just as good as the other side. Okay, I'm all taped up, ready to go. So I've been pressing this with my heat press, and I've been doing it at 390 degrees for 60 seconds. And that's what I did, same for this one right here. Now remember, you're gonna wanna cover the bottom of your heat press or whatever you're using, your mat, towel, whatever you're using, because unless you wanna cut this all the way around right now and get 100% accurate with what you're cutting or what you're sublimating on, it's gonna get all over your mat. So I always keep a thing of butcher paper down. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and get this pressed. I wanna make sure, again, you wanna make sure you don't have any little areas where it's sticking up. It's okay to pick the tape up and remove it because you're not sublimating on this part anyways. So you just wanna make sure you don't have any like wrinkles or anything causing it to have problems. And make sure obviously I tape it down all around because I don't want it moving. I used to be, in the past when I first started sublimating or even using vinyl, I would try to use the minimum amount of tape because I was like, oh, it's so expensive, I don't want to waste it. That was a problem because then it would shift or something and you'd have to redo the whole thing over again. So a few extra pieces of tape or redo your entire project. I mean, you know, or mess up on a shirt and you have to do a whole shirt again. So if you need to use a million things of tape, use it, you know. So, all right. I think we're done chatting. Let's go ahead and get this done. Hot off the press. See? That would have been all over my mat. So I have no doubt that the other one came out great. This one's going to come out great. So make sure it's not too hot here. All right, let's get this peeled. Look how cute that is. Oh, I love it. All right, I'm super excited. So I'm going to go ahead and start my video on putting this together. But essentially, you're going to have your bodysuit, and then you're going to have a sleeve. Gotta take the tape off here, but you're going to have a sleeve. Oh, it's going to be so cute. And then you're going to have your band. Now, I didn't intend to have the gray band, or white bands for the neck, but I ended up cutting it, and then I was like, you know what, it might make it a little more feminine. Not that gray is totally, you can unisex, but I just thought it would look good anyways. As I already cut it, I was like, it'll be fine. And I just didn't want to use white for this because I was like, what image would you put here? I already have these two, so unless you had this white and then you did, I guess, a Canadian flag and then maybe a USA, I keep saying USA flag, an American flag. So I could have done that. I could have done a white bodysuit and then Canadian flag, or, you know, one here, one here, one here, one here. I mean, I just didn't know if I wanted to do that and what I would have put. And we don't know the name because no one's telling us. So I think it's going to turn out great, though. I'm so excited. I thought, I mean, I had an idea that it was going to come out really good, but this just exceeded my expectations on how well it actually came onto this double brush poly. So, and it's super soft fabric. But yeah, if you need something where you want to make a customized fabric, even you can use your own patterns, which I feel like this is going to make me want to do a few things. So, I'm a little excited. I want to do more now. Totally want to do more. All right, I'm ranting. I'm sorry, but yes, I'm just super excited that it came out so well. So let's just hope I can sew it on good, and yeah, I'm excited. All right, if you try this, please let me know. But I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing, especially when you don't need a full thing of fabric, or you can't find one you like, or the one you like is like $15 or something crazy when you only need like a tiny bit, you know. So, yay! All right, well, enjoy your day.